Following the shocking elimination of Lemon in episode 1, the contestants on RuPaul's Drag Race UK vs. The World episode 2 featured an even more impossible decision, with two of the ultimate fan-favorite queens in the Drag Race franchise landing the bottom two. For this new UK vs. The World spin-off, Mama Ru brought back the long-standing All-Stars rules that started with season 2. Each week, the top two queens have to lip-sync, and the winner of that lip-sync decides which of the bottom two queens to send home. Pangina Heels won the first lip-sync of the season and chose to send Lemon home instead of Janie Jack. Going into episode 2, there was a sense in the room that the queens were gagged by Lemon being the first eliminated queen on the show. This was made even clearer when Jimbo revealed that she had pulled Janie's lip-sync instead in case she had won the first lip-sync. With that said, Jimbo and Lemon were Canada's Drag Race co-stars, so it wasn't all that surprising that they'd look out for one another at least in the first week. This week, the queens were challenged on Drag Race UK vs. The World to serve 3 looks in the so-called RuPaul Ball. Categories were Kitty Girl, Butch Queen, and You Wear It Well. The latter category was described as something that RuPaul herself would want to wear on the runway. For longtime Drag Race viewers, it wasn't surprising to see queens like Baga Chips, Cheryl Hole, and Jujubee getting immediately concerned about facing another looks design challenge. The three of them are fan favorites with charisma to spare, but they haven't always been that great at putting together a look when the challenge is all about walking the RuPaul's Drag Race runway. As the Maxi challenge played out in the episode, it instantly became clear that Jujubee's looks and Cheryl Hole's looks just weren't up to par for these categories. As expected, Jimbo killed it with all 3 of her runway looks, whereas Mo Hart, Monique Hart, served one of the most iconic looks in Drag Race history in the Butch Queen category. Blue Hydrangea also did very well, and Janie Jack surprised the judges with a much better runway showing that redeemed her bottom 2 placement in week 1. After the judges' deliberations, Ru announced that Jimbo and Janie were the top 2 queens of the week, while Cheryl and Jujubee were the bottom 2 queens of the week. Jimbo really wanted to redeem herself after that lackluster lip-sync performance from episode 1. But Janie also had something to prove after going from the bottom 2 in the first week to the top 2 in the second week. In Untucked, the decision between Jujubee and Cheryl quickly became about this being Juju's 4th attempt at Drag Race, but only Cheryl's second chance on the show. Alas, Janie and Jimbo agreed that Cheryl had done objectively worse than Jujubee in this specific challenge. Back on the runway, Jimbo and Janie lip-synced to RuPaul's iconic hit song Supermodel, You Better Work. Jimbo once again faltered in her performance, which gave Janie the win. In the end, Janie pulled out Cheryl's lipstick and sent her home, which saved Jujubee from elimination. As a result, Cheryl has become the first UK queen to get eliminated from the UK vs. The World spin-off.